Greetings and salutations. Welcome to Mad Tinker Gaming with me, Travis. And I have a lovely co-host today, my wife, Killer Kiwi. Pretty much she told me she was going to stab me with this knife she's got over here if she didn't get to open the Force of Will box that we have purchased. So I'm going to let her crack the packs today. So instead of seeing my ugly hands, you'll get to see her little soft hands. Woo! Anyway, we're going to switch this over now, and here we go. This is the Force of Will Strangers of New Valhalla box. We managed to get one of these through Amazon because our local game store was out. They are trying to get us some, so as soon as we can hear back from them, we will pick up another box or so of these. And we'll be continuing to open them through the course of this run. There's another release of a new set coming in March, late March, so we'll probably be cutting this set short and moving into the next one. This is the first time we get to see these cards, and they go with the whole New Valhalla block, or sorry, New Valhalla cluster in Force of Will terms. And what will happen is we'll open these up. We're going to keep the super rares out separate, and we will talk about those, let you see those. There's a particular card in here that we are trying to find. It's called Mistletoe. They have a super rare, sort of like when Yu-Gi-Oh! Made super rare versions of cards back in the day. It's like a completely altered art version of it. And
how did they do that? Okay, they stuffed it out that way, didn't they?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a completely foiled art version of it, and it should be a altered art version, and they're pretty expensive. You only get one maybe out of every 6 boxes, so our chances of getting it in this box are probably not very good, but we're going to hope for it. Cross your fingers, guys. That's what we're going for. Mistletoe. And we're also looking for a card that one of my friends is after named Guinevere, which, yes, that's our friend. She's a blue creature in here, and she's pretty powerful. So we'll open these packs up, and if we find any of those, we'll talk about them with you. This is the initial Force of Will ruler pack. What it is, it's a miscellaneous rulers. If you do a draft of these, not everybody's going to get, I mean, you don't have rulers anyway, so they give you basic rulers in these boxes. So in case you haven't bought a big old pack of stuff, then you get to get a few faux rulers in here. And these are what they are. I'll read one of them to you here real quick.
This right here, is that a
it's a divinity of 7, so they only have 7. This is called the Arcana of Dawn. Each one of them has a different name. It's a judgment of 4. At the beginning of the game, put a limited counter on this card. Pay 1, remove a limited counter from this card, produce any color will that you want. And then when you activate it, this becomes Magus of the Dawn. It's a basic J ruler. It's a divinity of 7. Pay 1, remove a limited counter from this card, produce any color mana. So it's just a generic 1,000 avatar ruler in case you haven't bought any of the starter decks. So if you go buy a Force of Will box or are interested and they have some of these, you can pick up one of each of those in your box sets and be able to play the game without having to buy a starter and just buy some of the booster packs. Anyway,
I'm keeping that.
On to the next one. Ooh, what's this? An altered art buy box?
I believe that's the buy box.
Oh, it's a Dark Alice doll. A flying, draining for those of you who play Magic is like lifelink. Whenever you gain life, this card deals 200 damage to target opponent or J Resonator. This ability triggers only once per turn. So that's a really nice card. My wife's already claimed it. She's like, I'm taking that because she's a Dark Alice fan.
Dark Alice is my thing. I love Dark Alice. And these right here are some of the
different color stones that are from this series.
Those are all the colors that you get.
So you've got your white, red, blue, green, and black. Same pretty much color basics as you've got in Magic. But those stones are absolutely gorgeous. So we're going to put those away, and then we'll start opening the actual packs.
I don't even play Force Will anymore, but I still want it.
My wife was saying, she kind of got out of the game, but she loves that card. She's a Dark Alice fan, so I will probably not see that card. It will disappear into the sunset. Now, each one of these boxes comes with, I believe, 36 packs in it. There are 10 cards per pack. And like I said, this is all from the new Valhalla cluster. So all these are new cards to me. I haven't really looked at them. I know the spoilers are up. It's been out for a while, but I don't like to look at the spoilers online, I have to be honest. I'll occasionally glance over them when my friends post them up on Facebook. But believe it or not, I like to just wait and open the packs and see what's in there. And then I'll make my stuff from that. It's probably not the most effective way to play it or to do it, but it works.
I'm not a professional box opener, so yeah, we'll start off with this one.
Now all these actually have a little tab slot on them, so it should be easy to open. If not, we still have our knife available. Now each one of these packs is supposed to have a foil guaranteed in it, so you do get a guaranteed foil.
Common.
And then you'll get back here and there will be a
Right there's the
series
uncommons.
of uncommons and series of rares.
This right here is Friend Calling Whistle. It's a divinity of 1.
Okay, so what we were talking about, this card is a divinity of 1, so it's a chant rune. That means this card could actually be played in your rune deck. I'll explain that further when we do all the other things that we go through. When I actually start doing the deck tech for the blue deck, I'll talk about the divinity cards and the chant runes. But this is pretty much, it's a spell that you get to cast, and you can put it in a like 5-card sideboard in your actual decks.
And this right here is Sima Hui the Crafty Tactician.
Okay.
And this right here is the rare out of it. It's Dark Alice Doll.
Which, this right here is exactly what we got the altered art version of, except we just pulled a regular one. So this is the altered art version. See how beautiful that is? And even the artwork in the basic one is still gorgeous. So we have already, at the start of this, 2 Dark Alice dolls, which are flying life-linking creatures. Very good creatures. I think that they can see a lot more play, because Dark Alice is just a popular character. I mean, even if she doesn't see too much play, it'll be good.
And this right here is our full art foil.
And once again, every pack gets one of these full art foils. So when you're looking through here, you're going to have some of them that are going to be super rares that are full art and still be worth quite a bit of money. Most of the time, the full art versions are high dollars on your super rares. Like I remember the Lorite and the Ray's Familiar in the Winds of Ominous Moon. They're like $20 cards. So I mean, they're expensive when they're full arts. So we'll continue to the next packs.
And that one's called Card Conscript.
Okay.
So go ahead and say it.
Card Conscript.
I don't know if they can hear me or not, so.
Alright. It's not bad. That's just a 5-drop 900, 1400.
Alright, then we open this one. Common. Alright, we got a teleport. It's a 4-drop divinity of 2. It says, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a resonator, put it onto the field. This right here is Orchard of the Immortals. It's a 3-drop. Whenever a non-token resonator is put into a graveyard for the field, put a fruit counter on this card. Remove 3 fruit counters from this card. Put an 8/8 Darkness Lich resonator token onto the field.
That seems solid.
And we have a super rare. This right here is Astum, the Returner of Hatred.
Okay. I'll read this one here for you. She is a flying. An enter effect, your opponent loses 500 life. If there are 3 or more runes revealed from your rune area, you gain 500 life. You pay 400 life to draw a card. Play this ability only during your turn and only once per turn. Pay 1,000 life, your opponent loses 500 life. Play this ability only during your turn and only once per turn. So that's a continual life leech right there. That's pretty good. So we're going to set this like this. We've got the super rares, uncommons, and full arts.
And this right here is another full art. Simi's Disciple. It's a 2-drop green.
Okay. Here we go. On to some more packs.
I was about to ask about the tokens, but I forgot or the little scanning things, but I forgot that they quit doing those.
Yeah, my wife was wanting to make reference that the older packs have scan cards in them. Those scan cards no longer have a value, or currently don't have a value because they quit the Force of Willpower system. They kind of cut it out. I'm not sure if it will be coming back or if it will come back as something else. But before you could scan those cards, and once you acquired so many points from those cards, at the end of the season you would reclaim them and end up getting full art special versions of rulers and stuff like that. So maybe it'll come back. I'm hoping it does, or maybe it comes back as something different where when you buy stuff you can submit those points to get specialty cards that you want specifically.
And this right here is Barrier of Faith. It has it's a 1-drop divinity of 1. Quick cast, prevent all damage you would be dealt by chance until end of turn. Caspiel, the Fallen Angel of Rebellion. It's a 6-drop, 12/12, flying, and it enters. I guess whenever it enters, each player banishes a resonator.
Ooh, I like that one. Wow, that's a big start. I thought it said Castiel at first. My wife would
That's
have
what I
gone
thought.
crazy with it. She would have been like, "That's mine. I'm claiming it
I
for
would have,
forever," because
yeah.
she's
I'm
a
a big,
supernatural fan.
yeah, I'm a big Supernatural fan. And this right here is our rare. It's a Skynet. It's a 5-drop Divinity of 2. You may pay 2 less to play this card if your J ruler is Arthur or Arthur, King of Machines. This card deals damage equal to the total attack of machine resonators you control, divided as you choose to any number of target resonator your opponent controls.
Wow. Okay, yeah, that's really good. That would be a card I would look for when I'm wanting to put together Arthur.
And this right here is March Hare of Valhalla. That's our little foil.
That looks like a beautiful card. Now, I'm going to see if I can get this up here a little closer to the camera. See the artwork in these? See the foils, the textures? You know what? And these foils, the foils in freaking Force of Will, I've seen people pull foils from Magic the Gathering, and in like a couple of days, they look like a pretzel can. This foil is beautiful. You see how flat that is? It's going to stay that flat. It does not bend. These cards, the cardstock in them, wonderful. The artwork on it is gorgeous. So I would highly recommend, if you're just wanting a change, I mean, I'm not saying drop Magic the Gathering. I still like Magic the Gathering. But if you're wanting to just try something different, go out and ask about Force of Will. Get some of these cards if you're tired of buying bent stuff that's not going to hold any value.
And this uncommon is a 1-drop 3/3 Musician of the Moon. She has a rune of 3, and whenever she enters, you get to draw a card. And this right here is another Caspiel.
Okay, so a double Caspiel. All right, we're already looking towards being able to pump black creatures up, especially the starter decks. In the black starter deck, there's a Lucifer ruler and a Lich ruler. I bet this Caspiel goes really well with the Lucifer ruler.
And this right here is our rare. It is Rainleaf, Inheritor of God's Will. It's a 5-drop, 800, 1500 flying. At the end of your turn, recover all resonators you control.
All right, and it's a beautiful card too, by the way. It looks gorgeous. Now, one good thing about Force of Will, it's not got that tie-up or drawback. I mean, now that it's a MTG and Wizards of the Coast, they're all owned by Hasbro, so it's a big corporate conglomeration, and they have all the SJW deals they have going on. You would never see a card in Magic the Gathering anymore that talks about God's will, Inheritor of God's will. You wouldn't see it anymore. And I like the fact that this company can just put what it wants to on cards. It's a solo-owned company. The Japanese guys who started it still control it. And they don't have to worry about this anymore. They don't have all the tie-ups of being a conglomerate or a tied into company with all the shares and stuff. They don't have to appease shareholders. They just put what they want on the cards. And it's beautiful.
And this right here is a full art Musician of the Moon. So we got a full art one of that uncommon.
All right. And we are going to continue opening these. We'll see if we can keep this within the time limit. If not, we might put a little hold on it and open up some again later. But I really want to get through this box. I kind of want to see what all we get. I've really been looking forward to opening these so that I can make an additions. So I can make some additions to my decks. I think that they'll be really interesting cards in this.
Alright, we got a 1-drop green, the 6 Jizo statue. It's a 6/6. This card cannot attack or block unless there are 6 or more 1/1 counters on it. At the end of turn, put a 1/1 counter on this card.
So you play it on turn 1, and then 6 turns later, you've got a 1600 or 1200 attacker.
And we got a 3-drop Diverse Evolution Divinity of 2. You may pay 1 blue less to play this card from a rune area. Target up to X resonators you control, where X is the number of different races among resonators you control. Put 1/1 counters on the first. Then repeat this process for each target past the first, adding a 1/1 counter each time. For example, put 2 1/1 counters on the second, 3 on the third, 4 on the fourth, etc.
Oh, wow. That's pretty interesting.
We got a super rare. Alice, Otherworldly Visitor. It's a 3-drop, 8/8.
Oh, I want to read this. This is another Alice card here. Alright, she has an inner effect. Another target resonator gains plus 200 attack, nothing on the defense, and Eternal. Eternal means it can't die during this turn. When this card enters the field from your deck, put two 100 and 100 counters on it. So if you get it in there from the deck instead of actually from your hand, you get extra counters on it. Pay 2 white and 3 colorless. Banish this card, search your deck for a card named Alice Otherworldly Visitor and put it onto the field, then shuffle your deck. So she gets to go search for herself and make herself 1,000, and make something else a bit stronger and have Eternal until the end of turn. So that's pretty nice. She's super rare. There you go.
And this right here is a foil common called Shackles of Mist. It's a 2-drop.
Like I'm saying, look at this. Look at this artwork. This is beautiful. I mean, the design on these, absolutely gorgeous. I mean, that artwork is phenomenal. If you can't see it, it's an amazing, amazing card art. I really think that the card art in this rivals anything I've seen out there. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like Magic's old school fantasy art style. This artwork right here is a great anime style.
Alright, we got an uncommon here, 3-drop, Searing Wall of Sand. It's a 0, 1500. You pay 1, this card gains 2 until end of turn. So it gains 2 attack, 200 attack.
So it's a big defensive.
Yeah. And then we got a March Hare of Valhalla again. We got ourselves a rare. This right here is a 5-drop, the 3 Kingdom Partition Plan. The Divinity of 2, you may pay 3 less to play this card if your J ruler is Fuji or Fuji King of Kunlun.
Okay, so this one right here would affect Fuji decks. So that seems like it's pretty good. You get to pay 3 less, or in essence, if you're putting it in a Fuji deck, you're getting 2 red to play this Divinity 2 spell. What does it actually do?
Separate all resonators your opponent controls into 3 piles. Your opponent chooses 1 pile and banishes the rest.
Okay, well that's pretty good. Yep. Looks like it.
And right now we actually got ourselves a super rare foil. Magalankia, I guess that's how I say it, the Ball Warrior. It's a 4-drop, 12/12. Play this card only if you control a Mimi tribe. It enters, this card gains swiftness, precision, and cannot attack players until end of turn. Rest a recovered resonator you control, this card gains 2/2 until end of turn.
Wow, that's a beat stick right there. So you can kill some creatures as soon as it comes into play, but you have to wait to hit the player with that card.
Alright, we got a 2-drop Divinity of 1, Power of Immortality. It's quick cast. You may pay 1 less to play this card from a rune area. Target resonator gets 4/0, and when this card is put into a graveyard from the field, put it into the field rested under its owner's control until end of turn. And we got a 4-drop Mutation Slime. It's a 9/10. This card gains all races of resonators in your graveyard. You pay 1 blue, this card gains 2/2 until end of turn. You pay another blue, it gains 2/2 until end of turn. You pay another blue, and you get to return this card to its owner's hand.
So that's a lot of blue bouncing abilities.
And right here we got a 2-drop Orpheus, the Immortal Player. It's 6/5. You pay 1 black, remove a resonator in your graveyard from the game, put a 2/2 Darkness Zombie resonator token into the field.
Okay, so that's a zombie generator. Alright. Was that the rare?
Yeah, it was a rare. Okay. And this right here we have ourselves a 1-drop Ruin submerged beneath the Misty Spring.
There are a couple of cards in this set that I've been paying particular attention to. One's Mistletoe, one's Guinevere, and then there's a Camelot, which does some really crazy stuff, especially if you have the Guineveres to work with. But Camelot's like a 1200 creature in and of itself, and that would really work well with Arthur. Guinevere allows you to search him out and get him into play. So hopefully we can find at least one of those in all this mess.
We got a Friend Calling Whistle. A Friend Calling Whistle, Divinity of 1. Have we seen this one?
I don't believe we have.
Quick Cash may pay 1 more to play this from a rune area. Search your deck for a ninja, reveal it, and put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck.
Okay, so that helps the little ninja guys like Jubei.
And we got another Sima Hui. I guess that's how you
We've
say it.
seen that one.
And then we got ourselves a rare here. It's a 4-drop Divinity 3, Stranger from Re-Earth. You may pay 1 less to play this card from Maroon area. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck. You may put a Fairy Tale Resonator from among them into the field. Put the rest on the bottom of your deck in a random order. If no Resonator was put into the field this way, recover up to 3 target Magic Stones.
Okay, so you pay 1 less to get a chance at looking for a creature, and then if you don't get a creature, you get to uncover your Magic Stones for another shot at something else.
And we got ourselves a foil rare. This one right here is a 1-drop Bullet Ball Thunderclap. It's a quick cast as long as an additional cost to play this card. Banish a Resonator. This card deals damage equal to the banished Resonator's attack to target Resonator. If this card was awakened, it deals that much damage to that target and to your opponent instead. And you get to pay 3 to awaken it.
So a total of 4 to deal a bunch of damage to a creature and opponent. And I was just looking at this otherworldly Stranger from Re-Earth. That'll let you fetch your Alice's out, and it would come from your deck then to make her 1,000,000. So you're paying 3 mana to get 1,000,000 out on the field if you team it up with each other.
Alright, we got another teleport. And we got ourselves an Orchard of the Immortals.
We've seen that one already.
And we got ourselves another Skynet.
Okay.
And we got ourselves a foil Momo, King of Rage Beasts.
What does that one do?
It's a 2000
Oh, wow.
7-drop. It enters and destroys target non-magic stone entity with total cost 4 or less. When this card attacks other beasts you control, get 5/5 until end of turn.
Wow, that's a big card. The cost, though, is pretty high up there, but I mean, that seems it'd be a solid slide it into play kind of creature. I'm sure there's stuff that will let you be able to get it into play relatively easy. We just have to figure that out as we go.
Alright, we got a 4-drop Ruins Beneath the Flora. At the end of your turn, reveal the top card of your Magic Stone deck. If it's a win Magic Stone, put it into the field.
Okay, so that's a play it out and get a free win Magic Stone.
This right here is a 5-drop Sandora's Invasion. It's a Divinity of 3. You may pay 1 less to play this card from Maroon area. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck. You may put a Fire Resonator with the total cost 1. A Fire Resonator total cost 2 in, or a Fire Resonator total cost 3 from among them into the field. Put the rest of them on the bottom of your deck in a random order.
So you pay 5 and you get up to 3 creatures. That seems solid.
This right here is a super rare. She is Mistletoe.
Mistletoe. All right. This is not the secret rare version. This is a regular one, but this card is one of the broken cards in the game. So we'll take a quick look at this.
It's a 5-drop 12/12. You enter. Whenever it enters, you may pay 2 less to play your next rune this turn. Whenever you play a rune from a rune area, put target Resonator total cost 3 or less from your graveyard onto the field. Whenever this card blocks or is blocked by a Resonator, you get to destroy that Resonator.
Yeah, it's a Death Toucher. That's crazy.
That's
We're looking for like a full art, spiffy version of that, if we can find them.
And we got ourselves a foil Skynet.
Ooh. That's actually a really gorgeous card. Look at that. The artwork on these is just, it's so dynamic, and the foiling is absolutely beautiful. Like I'm saying, these cards are just amazing to look at. The artwork on them is really good. It's not like the Magic the Gathering where characters are no longer sexually appropriate, you know.
Yeah,
they actually have curves to the women in this one instead of trying to non-gender specific. So I mean, the women in it look like women. They don't look like they're just non-gendered. The men in it look like men, and it's got a whole bunch of cool animations in it, like cat tribe people and all this other stuff. So I mean, I'm just saying, if you're looking for cool artwork, this has it. It's good artwork.
We got ourselves another Musician of the Moon. And we got ourselves a Contract Demon. It's a 2-drop 6/6. You may Whenever it enters, you lose 400 life and you draw a card. And you pay 2 runes. I guess it's a rune and 2. This card gains 2/2.
Okay.
We got ourselves a rare here. This right here is Liz, Sealed God of the Island. It's a 1015. It's an 8-drop. You may pay 1 less to play this card. For each resonator you control, other resonators you control gain barrier. Rune 3, and it enters, put target non-magic stone, non-resonator card from your graveyard into your hand.
Okay, now what she was talking about with these that say rune down at the bottom of them, when it says rune 2, you have to have 2 of your rune spells revealed. 2 darkness runes have actually had to been played, and then it will get that benefit. It'll be this card gains +2/+2.
Oh, this Schrodinger looks cool, but this right here is a super rare. This right here is our super rare foil.
Oh wow,
it is Schrodinger, the Harlequin of Phenomena.
That is amazing. Now, typically in the games, you had Alice, and she always was accompanied by Schrodinger. Dark Alice had Schrodinger. I mean, you had Cheshire Cats and stuff in play before, but there were other creatures. Schrodinger's normally works well with Alice, but this one looks like it's a blue card, so we're going to see what's up with that.
Whenever it enters, remove target resonator in a graveyard from the game. If you do, this card becomes a copy of it and gains Mask of Nemesis. Now, Mask of Nemesis is whenever you tap it, remove target resonator in a graveyard from the game. If you do, this card becomes a copy of it and gains Mask of Nemesis.
Oh, wow. Okay, so this card is just ridiculous. You know that 2000 that was over there? Put it in your graveyard and then play this cat. Guess what? This cat's going to become a 2000. That's a solid creature skill.
We got ourselves an uncommon here. It's a 4-drop. All under heaven shall perish. It's a divinity of 2. You may pay 1 more to play this card from a rune area. This card deals 500 damage to each resonator your opponent controls. If your life is at 1,000 or less, this card deals 1,000 damage instead.
Wow, so that's a last-minute board clear if you're running red and have got down low.
This right here is Mordred, the Operator. It's a 4-drop 6/6 and enters. Put 1/1 counters on any number of target machine resonators. You can tap it and play 1 blue. Recover resonator target machine resonator and put a 1/1 counter on it.
Okay, so this right here, I'm already seeing a weird thing that I would probably try with this. If you have 2 of these out here, and this would work with Arthur, so you've got 2 of them out here. You tap it, you put 100 on another machine, or tap it, pay a blue. Untap another Mordred, put a counter on it, tap that one, pay the blue, untap this one, so you can continually put counters on those. That would be a crazy combo as long as you have like an infinite blue build.
And we got ourselves a rare here that is a divinity of 2. It's a 5-drop Ruined Earth. You may pay 1 less to play this card from a rune area. Destroy target magic stone resonator your opponent controls. Gain -4/-4 until end of turn.
Wow. Okay.
And we got ourselves, well, we actually got the full art Dark Alice doll.
Okay. So we have an altered Alice doll, and we've got a full art Alice doll, and a regular Alice doll. I think something's telling us that we might want to build an Alice deck. I'm just going out on a limb here.
Not with my altered art. It's my altered art. Alright, and we got ourselves another Sandora's Invasion. Right here we got a 2-drop 8/5 that has, it is a
Barrier Chance.
Sunday Brawny Cat Ninja.
Alright. And it's got barrier from chance, so people can't hit it with spells. Now, this, unlike other things, see in Magic the Gathering, it just has hexproof, or it has shroud. This one says barrier, and if it's just basic barrier, can't be targeted by any spell or ability your opponent controls. Some of them say specific, like barrier creatures, barrier chance, barrier runes, barrier white-black. And then that means it has protection from those specific things. For example, this one's barrier chant, so it is going to have the ability to not be targeted by chant spells that your opponent controls.
And right here we have a rare that's a 1-drop Bullet Ball Thunderclap. and we had a full art one of those. So, and this right here, we have a full art common. It's a 3-drop sewing zombie.
Another good thing also about Force of Will that I forgot to mention earlier is the sets aren't super big. I mean, you're normally going to get enough out of one box to make a playable deck. I mean, you're going to have your starter decks, and then these right here will be good fillers, so you can probably just get one box of this with your starter decks. Trade around to get what you really want to finish filling it out. If you really want like 4 Mistletones or whatever, you can, probably get 2 out of a box and, trade for the other 2 with whatever else you got.
This right here is a 2-drop 5,000. It is a Wizard Heroic Spirit. Rest up to X target resonators your opponent controls, where X is the number of heroic spirits you control. We got ourselves another teleporter. The rare in this one is Amnon, Conspirer of Atrocities. So 12/12, you may pay any amount of life. Target resonator gains -1/-1 for each 100 life paid this way until end of turn. We got ourselves a foil rare. This right here is a 4-drop Neo Berserker Dragon. It's 1,800 flying swiftness. At the end of battle, if this card attacked or blocked, it deals 1,000 damage to you and each resonator.
Wow. So I'm going to take 1,000 damage, but I'm going to wipe the board. I mean, that's...
I'll let them know that you're also set at 4,000 life, not 40. Or 20, whatever it was in
So
Magic.
you put it out there and swing with it, but you're going to hopefully have a higher life total so you don't die from it.
That one didn't want to open.
I think that Neo Berserker Dragon was one that people thought was going to be really good, but I think it's got such a bad sidekick to it that it's not going to make Fuzi much better than what he already is.
We got a 4-drop Dragon Zombie 6/6. Whenever it enters, target resonator gains -6/-6 until end of turn. We got ourselves the Unsealing of God. It's a 1-drop, 1 affinity. Destroy target addition. Got ourselves a super rare here. We got Athena, Sealed God of the Ruin. It's a 12,000. It's a 5-drop. Enter, your opponent banishes a resonator. If they don't, they banish a magic stone. When this card is put into a graveyard from the field, your opponent banishes a non-J ruler entity. You tap it, resonators your opponent controls gain -2/-2 until end of turn. If there are 4 or more runes revealed from the rune area, resonators your opponent controls gain -4/-4 instead.
Okay, that's good.
And we got a Guardian Beast of Nature. Hey there, baby. There's a 1-drop. It is Barrier of Faith. We've had that. This right here is Chaining Hatred. It's 5-drop Divinity of 2. You may pay 1 more to play this card from a rune area. Target 3 resonators. First gains -8/-8. The second gets -6/-6, and the third gains -4/-4 until end of turn. This right here is a super rare.
Alright.
We got ourselves a super rare, another Schrodinger.
Alright, so we got a full art and we got a regular.
And this right here is a full art common. It's a 2-drop Messenger of the Sun. Got ourselves another Dragon Zombie. We got ourselves a Monk Heroic Spirit. It's 8/8. This card gains 0/100 for each other heroic spirit you control.
So I can have a really big defense.
So here's a 2-drop Sand Awakening Divinity of 1. Quick cast, you may pay 1 less to play this card from a rune area. Target Resonator gains +2/+6 until end of turn. If it's a Fire Resonator, it gains +4/+8 until end of turn. Not bad for a 2-drop. That's rare. And this right here is a foil rare. This right here is called Table Flip. It's a 4-drop Divinity of 2, quick cast. You may pay 3 less. To play this card, if your J ruler is Hanzo or Hanzo Chief of Koga, K-O-U-G-A? Kyoga. Sorry. Choose one. If a target resonator would deal damage this turn, prevent it, then this card deals 800 damage to that resonator instead. Or if target chant spell would deal damage to this turn, prevent it, and this card deals 500 damage to your opponent instead. Alright, we got ourselves Runes Beneath the Sand. It's a 2-drop. It's an addition. It says at the end of your turn, this card deals 200 damage to target opponent or resonator. If there are 4 or more runes revealed from your rune area, it deals 400 damage instead. Not bad for a 2-drop. This right here is...
We've got seen the super rare version of that one. That's the 2000.
It's an uncommon, sweetie.
Oh, the foil art version of it.
Yeah, of Momo. This right here is Blade of Faith. It's a 4-drop Divinity of 2. You may pay 3 less to play this card if your J ruler is Brunhild or Brunhild Caller of Spirits. Remove target resonator from the game. That's our rare. And we got ourselves another foil Sunday. Ronnie Cat Ninja. Hang on. I got it. Alright, so we got a 3-drop Precision Guided Munitions Skybeat. 8/8 machines you control with a 1/1 counter on it, gain flying. We have ourselves another Wizard Heroic Spirit. And we got ourselves a Guinevere.
Alright, this is the nice one. This is the one my friend was talking about.
It's a 1-drop. Guinevere, the Mobility Queen. It's 0/2. Whenever it enters, put 2 1/1 counter on target machine resonator. You banish a machine, put 2 1/1 counters on this card. You could tap it, remove a total of 12 1/1 counters from any number of machine resonators you control. Search your deck for a card named Super Mobile Fortress Camelot and put it into the field, then shuffle your deck.
She's the search engine that lets you go get the 1200 Camelot.
Alright, then we got ourselves a 4-drop Lady Huang's how do you say that?
Karakuri soldiers.
Karakuri, okay. And that's our foil.
Nice. But, you know, if you hadn't pointed out the boobies, you would have to go in here and edit that.
Well, it's not like I have to edit all your damn videos anyway, especially every single time you take a pause or cough or... See, this right here, this whole conversation right here is also going to have to be edited out.
Oh, I know.
I may just leave it in, just for shits and giggles.
That's possible. It's not like I'm monetized.
Well, that's true. I'm not either. Not yet, anyways. I have to hit 1,000 subscribers. Alright. We got a 4-drop Ruined Beneath the Flora. We've had that before. We got ourselves another Chisima Hui. I guess that's how you say his name. H-U-I. So I say Hui.
Hoi?
Hoi. I guess that's how you say it. Hoi. Hoi. And then we got ourselves a Blade of Faith, which we've had before. This right here is our foil. Uncommon. It's called Ladies of the 3 Stars. Let me see if I could actually focus that in. Wait, there it is. Now you can actually see it. Look at that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Looks good. I did good. Now all these are out of focus, but oh well. It's not like anybody pays attention anyway. Alright, we're down to
About
2
half
stacks.
a box left.
Still haven't really seen, like, are there, like J rulers actually guaranteed in
There
these?
are
or
no
not?
J rulers in the boxes.
Okay, not anymore.
Yeah, if you were expecting us to be able to open up a J ruler, they won't be in the boxes. Like I'm saying, you have to buy the starter decks right now until further notice. That's how Fortune Wheels decided to proceed. So everybody has the same 10 starters. Now, it might or might not be a good deal. We'll see how that goes. We'll see how people feel that out. I personally think they should still keep up like a Vin Golf series, like after they release the 3rd set, do a Vin Golf box release and have multicolored J rulers in it. Like have 5 out of this next Vin Golf that would be multicolors of one style, and then the next run that comes out when they do their next Vin Golf have 5 of the other multicolored. That way, there's at least some multicolored playability, and they can still build off the other stuff. But you know, nobody's going to really listen to me because I'm just a guy that lives in Tennessee. So we'll see what happens. I think it would be good to have at least 5 extra J rulers that are multicolored. I think people will get tired of playing monochromatic decks all the time. So let's see what we've got.
We got ourselves a 5-drop Divinity of 2, Chaining Hatred. I don't think we've had this one.
Well, I'll read what it is.
You may pay 1 more to play this card from a rune area. Target 3 resonators. The first gains negate, negate. Yeah, we've seen this one. We've seen this one.
We've had that one before. But it's always fun to read it again, and then we can edit it out later.
We got ourselves another Sunday, Brawny Cat Ninja.
Yeah.
Our rare in this one is Bunbuku. Bunbuku?
Bunbuku.
The legendary tea kettle.
See, that actually looks good up here on our screen now.
I know. It's my focusing skills.
You have no focus.
How dare you? I have tons of focus. It's a 3-drop. It's a 3/12. When this card is put into a graveyard from the field, you may put a beast from your hand into the field.
You know, that might be a good way to get that 2000 out on the field.
That looks like a foil super rare.
It looks really nice, whatever it is.
It is a foil super rare. It's a Tesma, the Returner of Hatred. This right here, we've seen this one before, but this right here is the full art version of it. That one wouldn't want to open. We got ourselves the 6 Jesus statues again. We've seen that. We've seen the Martyr of Valhalla. We've seen Sand Awakening. We have not seen this one.
That looks like that might be
that's a foil rare. It is Camelot. That is the fortress, the mobile fortress of Camelot.
That's what the Guinevere gets to go search out.
And it's a 6-drop, 12/12. It's flying, and whenever it enters, return up to 2 target resonators your opponent controls to their owner's hands. If you control a card named Guinevere, the Mobility Queen, destroy those resonators instead.
So not only does she go get to search for one when you take 1,200 counters off of everything, puts it into the field, but as long as she's still on the field, you get to wipe out 2 of your opponent's creatures and get a 12/12 flyer. Seems like a pretty good deal.
Alright, we got ourselves a 3-drop Divinity of 2, Diverse Evolution. We've seen that. Have we seen Searing Wall of Sand?
Yes.
Okay. So this right here is the Searing Wall of Sand. We've seen that. This one right here we haven't seen. This right here is the Mystery Box.
Ooh. It's got a Schrodinger artwork on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice. I like that.
It is a 7-drop.
It's expensive. Okay, what's it do?
Reveal the top 5 cards of your deck. Put all non-chant cards from among them into the field, and the rest into your graveyard. If this card was awakened, player cannot chase to it. And awakening is discarding your hand.
So you pay it, you get rid of your hand, and then you get to put a whole bunch of stuff onto the field. Seems good. Especially if you have no hand, you just play it and get a bunch of good stuff.
And this right here is God's Choice. This right here is a 2-drop foil. So.
What does the actual card do?
It's a quick cast.
Okay.
Recover target rested resonator if this card was played during your turn. Destroy it instead.
Oh. Wow. So you can recover a rested resonator or you can destroy it instead.
I don't know whether that'd be good or bad.
Well, you can destroy one of their creatures with it.
You could. Yeah, because it doesn't say
or
yours.
You can recover something they're trying to target.
Yeah.
So I guess the gimmick with that card is play it on their turn to save yours, play it on your turn to destroy something of theirs.
And we've seen Precision Guided, Munitions Skybeat. We've seen that one. We've seen the Contract Demon. We've seen Ruined Earth. And this right here is Orchard of the Immortals full art.
Ooh, that's pretty full art.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. I mean, I'm just saying, guys, the artwork in this is absolutely amazing. And we're starting to right now be able to speed this process up for everything because we're running into duplicates. I mean, how often do you get to do that in Magic the Gathering where you're just going to run into a whole bunch of duplicates? Typically, you don't. I mean, you're going to have a bunch of the same things that you're going to go over, but we're running into a lot of good super rares. And we should be able to make plenty of stuff.
Right here is the Ladies of the 2 Stars again, or the 3 Stars again. This right here is Friend Calling Whistle. We've seen that one. I don't think we've seen this one.
What is it?
Riku, Cat-Tongued Tea Master.
Okay, we have not seen that one. What does this one do?
Whenever it enters, look at the top 3 cards of your deck. You may put a Wind Resonator with total cost 3 or less from among them into the field. Put the rest on the bottom of your deck in a random order. Whenever another Wind Resonator enters the field under your control, put a T counter on this card. When this card is put into the graveyard from the field, you gain 400 life for each T counter that was on it. If there were 3 or more T counters, draw a card.
That's actually pretty good.
And it's a 5-drop. No, it's 5-drop.
It's 5-drop, 11/12, so that's a pretty nice sized creature too.
And that is a super rare. And we got ourselves a full art Corrupt Tactician. Or Corrupt Teachings.
Okay. Come on, we still got, looks like about 10 more packs to go. Well, hopefully we'll get one of those secret rare Mystic Hands. Like I'm saying, guys, that card right now, if you pull one out of a box, it's 60 or 70 bucks right now, easy.
We got ourselves the Monk Heroic Spirit. We've seen that one before. Ruin Submerged Beneath this Misty Spring. We've seen that too. Got ourselves another Dark Angel. Dark Alistal.
Alright.
This right here is a super rare, a foil super rare. This right here is a 5-drop to 5 red. Surtur the Sand Giant.
This looks like it would probably work well with Isis, which is one of the red rulers. I mean, it doesn't strike me as working with Fuji, who's a dragon-based red ruler, but this one looks like it would probably work well with Isis. Let's see what it does.
Whenever this card is dealt damage, you may search your deck for a Sand Resonator with total cost 3 or less and put it into the field. Then shuffle your deck. Rune 3 red. Enter this card deals 800 damage to each Resonator.
Okay, so as long as you've got 3 red runes revealed, you're going to get to blow up some stuff. And get a 1500, 1500.
But that also means yours too. It doesn't say opponents.
That is true, but I mean, when you're getting rid of everything on the field,
Well, yeah, that is a good board
15,
wipe.
that's a good board wipe.
Alright, right here is Ruin Beneath the Sand. I believe.
We've seen that.
Yeah, we've seen this one. Power of Immortality.
We've seen
this
that
one.
artwork is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like it. I would say in foil that would be absolutely gorgeous.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I could see all the shininess popping out of the eyes and mouth.
We got
Another Camelot.
ourselves an actual, not foil Camelot. That was a rare. This right here is another rare. We got a full art rare Blades of Faith.
Nice.
Yeah, it's an uncommon. Okay. We got a 5-drop Divinity of 2, the Battle of Sun and Moon. I don't believe we've seen this
I
one.
don't think we've seen this one either.
It's quick cast. You may pay 1 white more to play this card from your rune area. Recover 2 target resonators. They gain +2/+2 until end of turn.
So that could be a nice finishing move.
Yeah, if you have 5.
Well, 6, you have to pay 1 extra.
Well, yeah, 1 extra, yeah. And then we got ourselves another
Oh, the Momo.
Momo. Here's our rare out of the group. We got Maat. Arbiter of Judgment.
Okay.
It's a 1-drop, 1/6. You tap it and pay 1, banish another resonator. This card deals 600 damage to target resonator. You could tap this and pay 3, and you banish this card. This card deals 800 damage to target opponent. And that was our rare out of the group.
Oh, now look at that. That artwork is absolutely gorgeous. Ancient Rune Researcher.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cool.
And whenever it enters, you get to draw a card, and it's a 5-drop.
5-drop 9/11 that lets you draw a card. Look at the artwork on that. That is an adorable piece of artwork. I don't care.
Look at its cute little ear. Look at its ear. It's cute.
Yeah, most people are like, oh, I don't want to hear a guy talking about adorable artwork. But that was an adorable piece of artwork. If you walk by a shop somewhere and saw that sitting there, you'd think it's absolutely disgustingly sweet.
Disgustingly sweet. Alright, we're down to 1 pack. Or 1 stack.
Well, I'm actually surprised. We've got 2 Camelots, 1 Mistletoe, and 1 Guinevere. Hoping we can get a couple more of those out of this stuff.
We got ourselves an Orchid of them.
Another Orchard.
Orchard of the Immortals.
Oh, another Mordred. All right, so that's double Mordreds.
Ooh, we haven't seen
We
her.
have not seen Jude Lang.
She is a super rare. She's a 4-drop, 9/9. Enter, search your deck for a card named Pang Tong. Reveal it and put it into your hand. Then shuffle your deck. Rune of 4. Doesn't matter any color. Just rune of 4. And it enters. You may put a card named Pang Tong from your hand onto the field. And then there's also rune 4. And you tap this card. Banish another resonator. Cancel target chant spell.
So that's red counterspell right there.
Ain't she pretty? She's pretty. And that's a super rare, I believe. Yeah. Okay. We got ourselves a Numbing Hedgehog.
That looks like a funny looking card. I like that. That's hilarious.
It looks
I
like
got a little chuckle out of looking at this one.
It looks like a rabbit.
Enter target resonator cannot block until the end of turn. So you pay 1 red and then you make something that they have unable to block you. That seems pretty good.
It looks like a rabbit.
It does.
With a prickly coat.
But look at all that little. It looks like one of those little puffer fish with a rabbit face.
It does. With feet.
I like that. That's pretty funny.
In case you guys
that's one of
didn't
the best
actually get to
artwork I've
see
seen.
the artwork of the packs, that's what it looks like. if you didn't get
Looks
a
like
good
we've
look.
got a couple of dragons up there, demons, some Guinevere's, some Alice's, and the
Schrodinger.
Nice. And those are all cards you're going to see in this Force of Will series. They do all kinds of things. Dragons, artworks, characters that you'll probably recognize. So.
We got the ruins beneath the flora. Of course, I'll put a card right here. That way you can actually read the text. I'm the one who does all the editing in the videos. So.
But we've seen this one before,
Yeah.
so it'll probably been up quite a while back.
We got another one. We've seen this one before. We've seen the Sandora's Invasion.
Sandora's Invasion, okay.
We haven't seen that one.
I haven't seen this one yet. This is a Divinity of 3, it looks like.
It's a 6-drop. Soul Prison. You may pay 3 less to play this card if your J ruler is Lucifer or Lucifer Fallen Angel of Sorrow. Target Resonator gains 0 neg 1000 until end of turn. When is put into a graveyard this turn, put it into the field under your control.
So pretty much you're going to kill something that has 1,000 or less defense and get it back on the field under your control. That's a pretty solid card.
And we got ourselves another foil mystery box.
I like that mystery box.
I know, it's so pretty. We have like 2 full arts.
Of the mystery box?
I believe we have 2 full arts. We'll have to take a look after we're done.
That artwork's pretty nice. I like it.
I like how he's winking.
Well, that and the fact that it's blue. I like the blue.
Yeah. We've seen the Musician of the Moon. We've seen the Contract Demon. We've seen this one, which that right there was a rare. The Bullet Ball Thunderclap. And that was a rare. And then we got ourselves a full art Searing Wall of Sand. We got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 packs.
Come on, let's go secret rare. My wife has good luck doing this, so that's one of the reasons I kind of agreed to do this. Let her open these packs. She always tends to pull really, really good stuff. So we'll see if her luck holds up.
No, I just told him I was going to do it, and you were just going to be narrating.
Oh, you already told them?
No.
Oh, okay.
Lost count. Alright, this right here is the 6 statues. I don't know how to pronounce that one, so...
6 Jizo statues?
Yeah.
Oh, it's another one of the diverse evolutions. Okay. Oh, there we go. Another big Mama Jamma. 15-15.
Which I think we had the full art of this one,
Yes,
didn't
we
we?
do.
And this right here is our full art in this one.
Sky
Round Musketeer. Put 1/1 counter on this card for a 2-drop.
Is it a machine?
Yes, it is.
Oh, all right. So that'd be something I'd look for Arthur. That seems pretty good.
Alright, we're getting down to the nitty and gritty here.
I like how she says the nitty and gritty instead of the nitty gritty.
Shut up. He always picks on me. We got ourselves another Searing Wall of Sand. We got ourselves another Martyr. I don't think... Have we seen this one?
I don't know. What's the name of it?
Antorite. 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 Antorite?
I don't know if I've seen it.
Sealed God of the Riverbed. I don't think we've seen this one. Other mermaid resonators you control gain +4, -2.
So you're going to boost your mermaids. I don't know how many mermaids we have. I guess they're actually probably commons in this set, so we'll take a look.
Probably. And that right there was the rare in the group. And this right here is our foil. Ruins Devil.
That's just a basic 4-drop 1006. Just a vanilla creature. That seems good, though.
Yeah.
Anything that's got 1,000 attack on it's pretty powerful in this game. Even if it doesn't have a really big defense. It's still hard to get over a 600 defense.
Yeah, we've seen this one. This right here is all under heaven shall perish. We've seen that one. We've seen this one, the mutation slime. We got ourselves another Camelot.
Another Camelot. So we have 3 Camelots, only 1 Guinevere. We're going to have to work on getting another Guinevere.
This right here is a full art Skynet.
That's absolutely gorgeous. Now, this is not the same Skynet from Terminator. Just saying.
We're down to 2 packs. This one and one more. Damn.
Alright, let's see what we got.
Alright, we got ourselves the Unsealing of God. Oh, you guys can see it. Now move that over, that way my picture could be right there. This right here is the Battle of Sun and Moon. We've seen that too. We got ourselves a table flip. I don't think we have we seen that one?
Yeah, we've seen that one.
Yeah, okay. And that was a rare, and our foil is called Valkyrie of the Dawn.
Nice.
That's a pretty dress.
Just a flying 8/8 for 4.
Yeah.
It seems pretty good. I mean, 4 for an 8/8 flyer. That would roughly translate to a 4 for a 4/4 flyer in Magic. So, I mean, yeah, it's about even.
Alright.
Last pack of this Strangers of New Valhalla. So, praying for something good. Come on, Guinevere or Mistletoe or something like that. We need at least 1 extra Guinevere. 1 more Guinevere would be really nice. Like I said, our local game store didn't have any of this on hand right now. It was out, so we've ordered it, but we still plan on getting more through them. So I'm hoping the people at Paradise Games in Athens are watching this, and they'll order some starter decks and a couple of boxes of the Strangers of New Valhalla, so we can get a couple of openings in down there as well. All right.
We got the Ladies of the 3 Stars. We got the Ruins Submerged Beneath the Misty Spring.
Okay, we've seen that before. Oh, I liked this guy. This guy was good.
Yeah, the Mangili, the Ball Warrior.
The super rare, yeah. And March of the Dead. Well, we didn't pull the secret rare, but I think overall we did pretty well. We got 3 Camelots plus 1 Guinevere. Might make it a little hard. I'm going to have to see what I can do about finding some extra Guineveres. And I'll have to check pricing on some of these things. Now, for those of you who are interested in pricing of these cards, I've been searching around, and there's an app that I put on my phone. I just call it Bigger Force of Will, but it's Big AR Force of Will. And they have a scanning mechanism on there where you can scan the cards and it brings up the price for them. Now, my scanner, like many others, is on an older phone, so it might or might not work. I haven't really tried it on these new cards yet. The system is currently up to date. It does have Mistletoe in it, but if you can't scan with your phone, you can still type in the card and it will bring up the current market value on some of those things. I might even be able to bring some of it up right now while I'm sitting here and my wife's sorting through some of these cards. But let me see if I can bring it up here real quick. If you're looking at it here, I don't know if you can see it on my phone, but it's Big AR Force of Will. It's the little red icon down there. If you get that, it'll bring it up and you should be able to just scan a card. For example, I can take one of these Alice's. You should be able to just scan her. And it brought it up right away. Strangers of New Valhalla. She's a rare. Her current market value for this card is about $3.30.
Well, that's for the full art.
No,
for some reason and made it go for full art. But we do have a full art. So we know
that it's a $3.35 card. Having one of those full art things over there. We'll check some more prices here. The mystery box is $2.39 is what it's averaging. Low end's $1. But still, these cards are amazing. The artwork on them is really good. So, I mean, you can take this stuff in and be able to just look around and price the cards for yourself. I mean, a lot of people got out of the game because they thought, well, it's not holding any value. But it is. It's maintaining as equal a value as I can imagine that most Magic the Gathering does. $3 cards, $4 cards, $8 cards. I mean, that's what we're getting into, and that's what most Magic, when you open it up, is. You'll get the occasional big hit card that's like a $20 or $30 card. But I mean, even in the last set of Magic the Gathering, I don't believe it had anything that big. Where this at least has a super rare that's worth like $70 if you pull it. So I mean, it's on par value wise, and you can probably buy the boxes for a little less than you can Magic right now. So for those of you who are interested in an alternative game, I would try to pick up some Force of Will. Even if you're just bored playing Magic continually and you want something new, go out and get you a couple of starters, and well, maybe catch you down at our local game store or a different game store. They do GP events as well. You can check the listings out on Force of Will, and they'll have them up there. Well, everybody, sorry, we got a little excited after opening our box of Strangers of New Valhalla. We kind of stopped in the middle of it and we're checking prices on the actual cards in the box. We figured up and calculated by using our Big AR app and by using TCG player database that we probably had about $120 value out of our $95 box. So for those of you that got out of it because you thought there wasn't any money invested in it, you weren't going to be able to get a return on it, well, you know, $120 out of a $95 box, I'd say that's on par with anything you've got out there. Maybe even a little better sometimes in Magic openings, as I demonstrated with my last box of Ravnica Allegiance. That was a pretty bad box. Now, we just wanted to let you know, hey, cards are amazing. I think the set's really good. Strangers of New Valhalla, I'm going to give it a thumbs up all the way. And I'm hoping that people get into it, start picking it back up, and go to your local game store and ask for it. But until next time, see you.